One lesser known trick that I learned in my own fertility cycle is something called the lunar fertility calendar. So it was a doctor in Europe somewhere in the 50s, I believe. And he realized, as a medical doctor treating a lot of women who are Catholic and wanting actually, in this case, to avoid pregnancy, that they were becoming pregnant outside of their biological ovulation times. And he knew that these women were motivated not to have children and that they were smart. And he also dabbled in astrology. And so what he did was he came up with an extra additional fertility time. And it has to do with the alignment of the lunar calendar with one's own sun calendar. And I'm sure we can put a link below to the website where you can find your own lunar fertility calculator for free. There is some suggestion that you can also potentially use this to determine the gender of the child if you would prefer to have a boy or a girl. And in my own fertility process, I worked on fertility for a couple of years to have my second child. And during the process, I'd actually kind of forgotten about this chart that I had printed up the year before. And there was 1 month actually where I was avoiding pregnancy because I was going to have a scan done. And this one particular month, I wanted to avoid pregnancy. And yet that weekend before the exam, I felt like there could be something different about me. So I took a pregnancy test and realized that I was pregnant. But of course, I shouldn't have been based on my biological fertility time. And then I went back to my chart that I had printed all of those months before and realized that my child was conceived during the lunar fertility calculator time. And it, of course, gratefully, and it yielded a healthy boy. I will say in this case, it was predicting a girl and I had a boy, so I can't vouch for that. But what I can say is that there is absolutely something to this bonus fertility time, this lunar calculator. It's called the Biorhythmic Lunar Fertility Chart. The Biorhythmic Lunar Fertility Chart is something to incorporate specifically if you are looking to have an additional fertile period of time during the month. It could be correspondent with ovulation, but it could also be correspondent with menstruation. Actually, it doesn't matter. So there you go. Have you tried this? Would you consider trying the Biorhythmic Lunar Calculator for fertility moments?